relax, and enjoy another resin crafting with Chris Collected. Today, I'm going to do a mega demolding. I have all kinds of little projects that are like half done, like this tray and the business card holder, this little cute little one, and of course the ones I've started for trick or treat. So I'm gonna finish up all of those, plus a little trick of 4 little ghosts. This is the same one mold that I used last year, but I'm bringing it back out this year for Halloween. All right, for today, I'm still using the cups that I used last time, so all these measurements are in ounces. The right side will have 6 ounces, and the left side will have 7 ounces. No particular reason, I just kind of over-poured it a little. And as the ratios have to be equal, I was like, when I accidentally poured 3.5, I was like, well, I guess I'm doing 7 in that one. All right, now that I got it all poured, I got to get it all mixed up. I finally fixed up this one so I can have both of the new paddles on my older machine. But I think for Christmas, I'm still going to get the purple one because, you know, I love purple. So I think I got to get the new purple machine. Okay, that's done. I'm going to let that drain back out of the paddles into the cups and then put it into my bubble removing machine. This machine is from Resiners. It is the Airlight bubble removing machine. This is the smaller of the two. Pretty much all my stuff is from Resiners. I've been using them for a while. I like their company. It's pretty consistent. Oh, there we go. After 10 minutes, now we're going to switch over to my first mica powder, which will be cobalt. I wanted a nice, deep, rich blue, so that's what I went with. And this one is just a random purple. I got this one, I don't know, remember where, maybe from like a Joann's or something, but it's just kind of a standard purple. And I wanted the blue to be a little more solid, and so I actually put a little bit of the pearlescent in it as well. And this is a purple glitter, ultra fine, and so it's going to look really good in that purple. And that shimmering rainbow. I'm finally using it up. I got this for $1 from a used store and finally got it all used up. There we go. Get every last little drop out. And these are evil eyes. They are meant to ward off evil. I figure the perfect thing for Halloween time. But you know, I still love a lot of color, and so I'm going to add a little bit of rainbow sprinkles onto the purple one. Now, if you saw my online, my close-up cam actually broke. So this is a new close-up cam that I just got. So tell me what you think. I really love just how much it shows the glitter off and how much these little pieces, they just end up sinking every single time. Look at that purple one. Every single one of the rainbow sprinkles has already sunk to the bottom. I really got to start adding those later. The small stuff I can add now, but the little stuff, it always just sink. All right, well, look at these colors. They came out perfect. You got a nice rich blue and a nice rich purple, full of glitter and extra little bits. Now it's time to pour with Resin Art Improved with Chris Collected. That's me. First up is the business card holder. There we go, nice and full. There are going to be a lot of pours today. They're going to be pretty fast because most of them did not require a lot to be finished. The first one was solid blue, the second one was solid purple. Now I wanted to go for a little bit of a mix. And I also poured a bunch of rubbing alcohol into it beforehand to make sure I had none of those pesky bubbles that I had last time. Next up, you can see this one is filling right up all that rim. Had the same problem last time. It was just a little bit too much air pockets, and so this time it worked out perfect. And just for a little bit of fun, I added some blue to the center. This one's my favorite one, and I've had it for a little while now. I wanted it to level out, so I gave it a second or two. And now to finish pouring. This piece ends up being my favorite one when I demold it. It just looks absolutely perfect. And for what's left over today, I'm going to fill up this little 4 set of Ghost. If you're a subscriber from last year, you remember this. I did a full series on it where I was learning how to do it and just couldn't get it right. Well, I'm glad to say that this set, after a year, is perfect. And finally, I had a tiny bit of purple left, and so obviously I had to make a balloon dog. That one's gonna be so cute when it got demolded, but it actually, when I was moving it outside, I dropped it. And so it will be demolded next week because even though it's full right now, I actually did drop it. And so about a fifth of it or so fell out before I was able to turn it back over. And what's left over, I'm gonna put into this coffin mold. It's actually, if you look in the back right there is the other half of it. And it's like a little coffin, but also meant to hold like, lighters or jewelry or something small. So I'll finish that one up next week, adding a few little sprinkles to anything that I can, to the ghost, until like everything can add a little bit more, right? And then now finishing up with the blue. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chris Collected. Trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world that is safer for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Now time for the demolding. "24 hours later, it's time to demold. First up, I did want to show that, yeah, as I said, it did fall, and oh well, I'll fix it next time. But for now, we got a mega demolding to do. First up, we have this tray. This tray has probably been here for a good month, if not more. And as you can see, it turns out amazing. The light blue underneath of it just hits perfectly. As you can see, it's not even all the way around, but that's fine because you're looking at the top of it, really. And I love the subtle blue that's poking through the really bright yellow. Next up is the lid. This one gave me a little bit of trouble, but ultimately the whole thing is textured, and so it actually demolds pretty easily. It's meant to look like a geode or a crystal, and so you can see tons of just reflections and color to it. Look at it, all that glitter. Remember from a couple weeks ago, that's what we did. And this is going to be the base for it. I'm going to make another one of these later because you can actually stack these big circle ones as many times as you want onto each other. And that's the idea. It's kind of like a layered thing to hold your jewelry or whatever you want, your change or whatever you want in it, right? You can hold stuff, but then the top one is the lid. This one was a little bit difficult, but overall pretty easy. Just because it was so textured, once I actually got it, it came off really easy. As you can see, perfectly what I wanted from the last week, where it was that strawberry lemonade. And so you just get a little bit of, yellow, a little bit of red, all mixed with each other. And you got that purple on the bottom, just to give it a strong color. And you see all that, it almost looks like rocks or something. It's meant to be that kind of texture. Very, very cool. And you see that blue spread out, and the lid works no problem. You see the bottom has another little notch to it, so I can add another one and another one. And so I will be doing that. Next week, I'll do another one of those. This will be finished up next week as well. But there's more demolding to go. This one's always a little bit tough to demold just because it's a really tight mold. But the results are perfect every time. I mean, just full of glitter, full of color. I love how the purple is interacting with the red, and then you got that nice sharp blue. This one's nice and level. This mold always just comes out perfect. And finally, for the demolding of the mega demolding, at least, we have the purple and red one. If you remember, I had done something for my brother for his wedding, and this one is actually for the for my is it his bride's mom? So that would be my mother-in-law. I think that's the proper term for that. This is for my new mother-in-law. It actually matches what I made for her. So that red and that pink is still the same one that I did for the wedding, and then I did this purple on the bottom. It's kind of like a new thing. So she didn't have an exact duplicate of what her daughter has, but pretty similar. And so it's going to be a cool little gift to be like, hey, this is something similar to what your daughter has. And then made by me, right? So it's like, welcome to the family. And finally, this is the ghost set. Took me a year to be able to do it. And this time, all four, no problem. If you remember, this one right here was always the hardest one because it has little horns on it. And I kept messing up those little horns. But finally, hey, no problem. I've learned how to pour things, put rubbing alcohol in it and stuff, and it really helps. Unfortunately, it was so tiny that the camera was not really focusing on it very well. So stay tuned for the end for the photos. I'll have lots of photos of these ones, and that way we can see them a little bit better. but the camera was just not happy. I think with all that pearl that was inside of it, it was just hard for it to recognize. And then from now on, I'm gonna start putting little dots on their eyes to make it so they're easier to see. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day at work. Have a wonderful sleep. Have whatever you're doing. I hope it's great. Thank y'all so much. I'll see you next week. And happy Halloween. Ooh.